In Bangkok, most tourists hit the same old spots everyone tells you to go to online and end up missing the hidden gems that transform trips into unforgettable experiences. So in this video, I'm going to show you my 3-day itinerary that lets you see the city's most iconic landmarks, experience the best nightlife, and plan unforgettable day trips. But before we dive into the itinerary, we need to talk about the biggest problem almost every tourist faces in Bangkok. There's just way too much to see and do. Fitting everything into a 3-day trip is impossible. But don't worry, on day one, we're taking that problem off your plate completely, because I've got a solution that will let you see more of the city than 99% of tourists ever will. You'll get a feel for what makes Bangkok truly special because you'll be exploring with a local expert who could teach you more about the city than any guidebook ever could. You see, most people land in Bangkok, wander around in circles, and leave without ever scratching the surface. But when you explore with a local guide, you'll cover more ground, learn more, eat better, and actually understand the stories behind what you're seeing. I've gone through hundreds of Bangkok tours, thrown out the ones that suck, and narrowed it down to the top 3. You can choose whichever best fits your travel style. If you came to Bangkok for the food, there's no better way to experience the city than on a guided food tour. These tours take away all the stress of trying to pick a place to eat, and they plan ahead so you're guaranteed a seat at some of the most famous street food stalls in the city. Plus, you'll end up eating way more variety than you could ever manage on your own, whilst learning about the dishes and the chefs that make them. I've done a bunch of food tours in Bangkok at this point, and honestly, most of them kind of suck, but there is one tour that stands out above all others. You'll scoff your way through 15 dishes, including some Thai classics like hoi tod or oyster omelette and tom yum soup, as well as some dishes from the city's international residents who've set up shop here from places like Vietnam and China. You'll also visit several Green Bowl restaurants, which is kind of like Thailand's version of the Michelin star, as well as hidden street food markets that you would never find on your own. But the best part isn't even the food. You'll zip across the city by longtail boat, public bus, and Tuk Tuk. So you get to see what it's really like to travel across Bangkok. This is the Old Siam tour from Chef's Tour, and it's the best in the city. If food is your passion, this is one you can't miss. But what if you want something a little bit more energetic? Something to shake off the jet lag and get your body moving? Well, the next adventure takes you all across the city on a cycling adventure like no other. Bangkok is famous for its hectic traffic, but somehow this trip just works. You guys navigate you through tiny back streets of Chinatown, past local markets, street food stalls, and everyday neighborhoods. Then you'll go across the Chao Phraya River to explore hidden temples that most tourists miss, before hopping on a longtail boat to ride through the city's most important canal, Bangkok Yai. What I love most about this tour is how it slowly transitions from the hectic megacity into something completely different and more peaceful. By the end, you're cycling through areas most tourists will never see, places with banana trees, tiny wooden homes, and quiet little lanes. What surprised me most was the locals were so friendly, and in a city that gets millions of visitors, that kind of felt special. For me, this is the most visual of all the trips I'm recommending. It doesn't rely on long explanations from the guide. You just see in Bangkok mile after mile, and you'll cover more ground than most tourists cover in weeks. Plus, you'll really earn that evening beer. You can book this trip at Koh Van Kessel, which is the best place for bike tours in the city, and I recommend doing the 5-hour boat and bike combo. But you can't leave Bangkok without riding in one of the city's iconic tuk-tuks. A tuk-tuk is basically a 3-wheel motorbike taxi, and they're the most fun way to travel around the city. The problem though is that they are notorious for scams. Some drivers massively overcharge tourists for short rides, and others will take you to random shops so they can earn a commission from the owners. So hopping into a random tuk-tuk on the street can be a bit risky if you don't know what you're doing. But by joining the Bangkok by Night tuk-tuk experience, you avoid the scams entirely because the price is set ahead of time and you follow a route with a licensed driver. For me, this is the best tour for travelers who want to learn more about Bangkok's culture, history, and temples without spending the whole day walking in the heat. On this tour, we stopped at several lesser known temples, including Wat Prayun at night, which is absolutely stunning when it's lit up. And we also visited some of the major landmarks like the Grand Palace and Wat Arun, but they have a completely different and mystical feel to them when they're lit up at night. The food side of things is covered too. We explore the local market with amazing street food, wander through Chinatown for more snacks, and visit one of the most interesting spots in the city in the Midnight Flower Market. This tour runs in the evening, so you avoid the traffic and stay cool, as well as learn lots about the city's history. These 3 experiences all show you a side of Bangkok that most people never see. You can't do all 3 of these in a day, although you could if you wanted to squeeze in 2. So I would simply choose the one that sounds most appealing to you and go with that one. Bangkok is a city that comes alive at night. And on day 1, I want to show you one of the city's most unforgettable traditions. You can't leave Bangkok without watching a Muay Thai fight, right? But the question is, where is the best place to see one? Luckily, Bangkok has a stadium that was completely revamped in 2025 and is now considered one of the best Muay Thai stadiums in the country. It's also the oldest Muay Thai stadium on the planet, Rajadamnern Stadium. For most visitors, Rajadamnern is the perfect choice. It's centrally located, easy to get to, and you don't have to trek all the way across the city to go to the other famous venue in Lumpini. Some of the best fighters in the world compete at Rajadamnern, but what really makes it stand out is the atmosphere. Every night the stadium puts on an epic light show and creates this big fight energy that you don't get in most other Muay Thai stadiums. Sure, you can watch Muay Thai all over Thailand, but there are very few places where it feels this electric, this immersive, and this authentic. So if you're only going to watch one Muay Thai fight during your trip, make sure it's at Rajadamnern Stadium. On day 2, we're diving into the most iconic landmarks in the city. I mean, you wouldn't visit London without seeing Buckingham Palace, right? Bangkok is no different. There are a few places you have to see at least once. Start your morning early and head straight to the Grand Palace. One of the most famous landmarks in the entire country, the Grand Palace has been the official residence of the King of Thailand since 1782, when Bangkok was founded. Inside the complex, you'll find the Emerald Buddha, one of the most sacred religious icons in Thailand, and the architecture here is stunning. Expect to spend around 2 hours exploring the grounds. It does get extremely crowded later in the day, which is why I always recommend doing this first. But your next landmark is literally right next door. Wat Po, home to the famous reclining Buddha. This thing is massive. It's one of the largest Buddha statues in the world, stretching 46 meters long, and it barely fits inside the hall around it. But Wat Po isn't just about the Buddha. The whole temple complex is stunning with colorful stupas, detailed mosaics, and beautiful carvings everywhere you look. It's about 300 baht to enter, and you'll need a little under an hour to explore it. By this point, you're probably starting to feel the Bangkok heat catching up with you. There are tons of restaurants nearby, but don't just duck in the first one you see. Since you're here, you may as well get lunch with a view, one overlooking the Chao Phraya River. And the next stop is on the other side of that river. Hop on the little public ferry for just 5 baht, and in a couple of minutes, you'll arrive at one of the most beautiful temples in the country, Wat Arun. Wat Arun blends Hindu and Buddhist influences and is instantly recognizable thanks to its towering prangs. What makes Wat Arun really stand out is its riverside location. Entrance here is just 100 baht, and this is absolutely a temple you don't want to miss. And if you want to explore a more traditional and historic side of Bangkok, you can continue from Wat Arun straight into the city's canal system. I mentioned this briefly back on the day 1 during the bike tour, but right near Wat Arun is the starting point of Bangkok Yai Canal, one of the oldest and most culturally important waterways in the city. Hop on a long-tail boat here and you'll glide into neighborhoods that still hold on to Bangkok's old riverside way of life. They have wooden houses on stilts, peaceful temples, locals fishing by the water. It feels like stepping back in time compared to the chaos of downtown. Along the way, you'll pass the stunning Wat Pak Nam Golden Buddha. This statue absolutely towers over the canal and is one of the most jaw-dropping sights in Bangkok. You can also stop at the nearby artist village, a quiet little creative community along the water where you can grab a coffee, check out local crafts, and enjoy a slower, more relaxed pace of life. In the evening, it's time to hit one of the most iconic streets in all of Bangkok, Yaowarat Road, the heart of Chinatown. This place is famous for its neon lights, its unbelievable street food, and total chaos. There's tuk-tuks, motorbikes, food trucks, and people weaving around each other. It's complete madness, but that's why it's one of the coolest places in the city. Yaowarat has the highest concentration of street food stalls in the entire country, and you could spend hours hopping between them. Sure, you could come prepared with a list of top 10 must-try dishes, but honestly, part of the fun here is just wandering around and seeing what catches your eye. Even if you do plan ahead, you never really know what will be open or what will be sold out or which stalls have just had massive queues. So the best approach is just explore and let the smells guide you. When it comes to Bangkok nightlife, there is one place most tourists have heard of, Khao San Road. But if I'm honest, I think it's one of the most overrated parts of the city. It's by far the most touristy, the most scammy, and call me an old man, but the music is too loud. It can be fun for a quick walkthrough, but I think there are better options for a good night out. One of those is actually right where you already are in Chinatown. Before leaving the area, head over to Soi Nana. This is not to be mistaken with Nana Plaza, which is the city's red light district, but Soi Nana is packed with some of the best cocktail bars in Bangkok, like Teens of Thailand and Asia Today. What I love most about these places is how they use Thai and Chinese flavors like pandan, ginger, and local botanicals to create cocktails that have a real local flavor. You also can't leave Bangkok without visiting at least one sky bar. There are dozens across the city, and honestly, it's probably best to pick one near your hotel to avoid extra travel. Along the riverside, you've got some incredible options like Tower Club, but Sukhumvit is where you'll find the highest concentration of rooftop bars in the city. Watching the sunset from up here with cocktail in hand is one of the best moments you'll have in Bangkok. But to reach some of the most stunning experiences in central Thailand, you'll need to head a little outside the city. And on day 3, we're covering the 2 most iconic day trips you can take from Bangkok. First up, everyone wants to see a floating market when they visit visit Thailand. But here's the problem. Most tours take you to the tourist trap versions, the ones where the traffic jams on the water are almost as bad as the traffic jams on Sukhumvit Road. So let me point you towards my favorite floating market near Bangkok. It's one of the oldest in Thailand, and unlike the overly commercial ones, this place has actually kept its traditional charm. The food here is unreal. The vendors cook right on their boats in front of you with sizzling seafood, Thai snacks and noodles, and the whole canal fills with the smell of fresh grilling. You can wander along the walkway for even more restaurants and street food stalls, or sit by the water and just take it all in. But here's what makes it really special. It's the only floating market that stays open in the evening, so you can watch the sunset over the water with a cold craft beer in hand. This is Ampua Floating Market, and one of the best parts, it sits right next door to another of the most fascinating markets in Thailand. I'm talking about Mekong Railway Market, the one that's built directly on top of a working train track. So you have to time your day properly. About 4 times a day, a train comes rumbling through the middle of the market. The vendors fold up their umbrellas, pull their baskets in, and clear the tracks with seconds to spare. The train passes literally a few feet from the stalls, and it's pretty wild to see. Mekong is one of the most unique markets in the world, and since it's about a 20-minute drive from Ampua, these two make the perfect day trip combo. But did you know that Bangkok hasn't always been the capital of Thailand? Just outside the city lies the ancient ruins of the former kingdom of Siam, a place that was once the political and cultural heart of the entire country. This ancient capital is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the best places to learn about Thailand's past. These temples have been standing for over 500 years, and for centuries, the city was the royal residence of the Thai monarchy. Everything changed in the late 1700s when the Burmese invaded, and the city was left in ruins. One of the highlights is the famous Buddha head in the banyan tree. During the invasion, the statue was decapitated, and over the century, the roots of the trees slowly grew around it, creating one of the most iconic images in all of Thailand. This ancient city is called Ayutthaya. It's free to enter the city, but each temple charges a small entrance fee, usually around 50 baht, making it one of the best value day trips you can take. But figuring out your Bangkok adventure is just one part of your Thailand trip. Check out this video here to find out the ultimate 2-week Thailand itinerary for an epic 2-week adventure.